Oh boy, it's that time. Kids and teens are headed back to school, which can mean, in some instances, screen time, social media use could increase. And today we are talking technology and sharing some advice for parents and how we're going to introduce this to the little ones. Okay, so joining me now is family medicine Dr. Patricia Iguatu with Kaiser Permanente Capitol Hill Medical Center. Hi there.
Hello.
I'm a little bit scared and very interested because screen time, it can be a tough topic for people.
It can be. I totally agree.
Okay, all right. But let's talk a little bit about screen time in general. I think, like, should kids and teens be using this?
You know, this is a question that I get within like our wellness back to school visits.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's a loaded conversation, but just starting out, newborns to like 2-year-olds should not have screen time.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason being is that their brains are developing. And I mean, this is super, super hard. And then from ages 2 to 5, only about an hour today. I know. And then like watching what they're doing too. And this is not to shame anyone because it's hard. And then 5 and up, it's to like modify and set limits and try not to do it when they're like doing homework, of course.
Yeah, and you really get to see how smart the kiddos are because we lock the iPad at home. Okay. My son watches us and knows the code.
Oh, wow.
We never told him the code, so you got to watch those kiddos.
Yes.
Now, I feel like when it comes to social media, what social media companies say and what doctors say is a little different in terms of like the appropriate age to have a smartphone. So what do you think might be the right time to start having that conversation, figure out if they're ready?
Yeah. I think that's the key. Is like, are they ready? And it's dependent on every child. The recommendations are generally like 12 to 13 years old. And even studies are saying like, hey, ask kids like specific questions like, hey, what is your intent? Like, why do you want a smartphone? And then as a parent is like, is my child responsible enough? Are they getting homework done? Are they emotionally intelligent to say sorry? And am I also ready to regulate the use of a smartphone?
Okay, and diving deeper into specifically social media, I mean, I think clearly there are some pros like building community, but there's also a lot of cons.
Yeah.
So what could you say to parents to help them figure out if they should allow their kiddos to use social media specifically?
Yeah, it's the same kind of question too. Is my kid ready? Like, social media is a whole different world. You're exposing them to the world, right? And for children, it's so different. So average age is probably 13, but for boys and girls, it's different. Studies show that like girls actually between ages 11 and 13 are going to be more self-critical about themselves, and then boys is ages 14 and 15. And that includes like exposure to cyberbullying, body imaging, and then also like, are they going to be using it in the school, in bed, like bedtime? Like, kids are staying up for hours on social media, and then they're waking up and not getting the task done. So it's like, yes, there's positives of it, but like really asking like, is my kid ready?
Okay, that's a very important question. And kind of leading into that whole idea of like being self-critical, what are your thoughts on smartwatches for kids in terms of technology and also tracking things like movement?
I mean, 18% of teens are having a smartwatch, and then kids 6 and up, it's actually 6%, so 6 to 12 years old. So people are using it, but we don't have enough data right now to really realize like how it affects their body. But it is great in terms of like knowing where your child's at, because you can track, they can answer phone calls, they can do text messages. But then like speaking with the school specifically, like, hey, are you guys allowed to have smartwatches because maybe cell phones are not allowed? And then putting on do not disturb if you are going to give it to your child.
Okay, excellent advice there. And I think bottom line, right, at the end of the day, you got to do what's right for your family, and it's about asking questions.
I agree. I agree.
And connecting with experts like yourself. Absolutely. I think when you're headed off to school for that first time of the year.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem.
A very important conversation. And thank you all for joining us as well. Always a pleasure to hang out with you all.